Here on Berm Peak, the garage is the heart of everything. But what you don't see as much in these videos is that the garage is an office as much as it is a shop. Which is why we place such an emphasis on keeping it organized. When every tool, bicycle, and piece of gear has a home, it's a less distracting, more pleasant place to work. But this space isn't quite finished. Our camera gear is organized chaos at best. And the bike gear section is a refuge for wolf spiders. So I'm going to take all this stuff from the gear section and put it over there with the bikes where it belongs, and then we'll use this section for something else another day. In another week, this garage will be part of a docu-series, which I'll announce at a later date. Although a workspace is never truly finished, it would be nice to knock out all the pending projects before any documenting takes place. So that's what we're doing today.
Clean up the battery department, get the audio gear in check, and have the cameras quick and accessible.
I'm putting Curtis in charge of the camera gear. Building the wood shop freed up a ton of space in our rolling toolbox. So Curtis is going to de-rat's nestify this while I work on something else. The gear section. Everything should be right here, and it shouldn't be spread all over the shop. So I'm envisioning sort of a shelf that's right above handlebar height, with some milk crates that can store all the gear, and then beneath the shelf, there should be baskets and things to hold smaller stuff. In a rare departure from our use of framing lumber, we're getting crafty and building this gear station from maple plywood. That means I need to plan this out carefully, instead of jamming more 2x4s wherever something needs bracing. Mistakes are more costly with this stuff, and I'm not in the mood to buy another sheet of it. To hold this together, we're using glue and pocket holes. To make a pocket hole, you use this little jig, which holds the drill bit at an angle. For me, this took a little figuring out, and yes, a ruined piece of maple plywood. I just found this. This is to keep the bit from going too far. I didn't realize you need to put this stop on the drill bit to keep it from going too deep. But after cutting a new piece and doing a little testing with the pocket hole jig, I managed to mess it up again by drilling the holes in the wrong side. But once I got through the cut list and drilled all the holes, things started coming together a bit smoother. As we complete the overall structure of this mountain bike gear station, Curtis is finishing up the camera section. And oh, how glorious it is. Where did you even find that?
I found it in just piles of trash that were in the drawers.
Nice.
Then we have the GoPro museum.
That's not a GoPro, but that's okay.
Wireless audio, we've got our audio interface, or what do you call that? Down here we've got our tripod and our lighting.
With everything clearly labeled and plenty of space for expansion, it should be no problem to keep this clean and organized. But we still have a lot left to do on the gear station. These little dowels are going to act as hooks for hanging helmets and packs, but we need a way to keep items from sliding off the ends. Using the drill press and a hole saw, we can cut these little circles out of pine, which should fit nicely on the ends. After a little measuring, I figured out the spacing of the hooks, taking into account different size helmets, of course. To fix these dowels in place, all we need is a 1-inch paddle bit and some glue. Now for the hard part, mounting this thing on the wall. We need to locate 4 beams, pre-drill holes for lag screws, and then copy that same layout onto our gear station so it all lines up. Oh, and we need to make a cutout for the electrical outlet on the far right. I put the chances of this all lining up at about 50-50. Now this gear station is really starting to take shape. As you can see, the top is measured to fit these crates. We'll end up with a few empty ones for guest storage. At this height, I can reach them, which means everyone else should be able to also. In the past, we kept the chargers for my bike lights and wireless shifter batteries over here, with all the camera stuff. That'll be going in the gear station. We're using a cable concealer to run a power strip from the outlet to the underside of the shelf. This long piece in the front not only adds strength to the shelf, but also hides all the stuff we'll be mounting here. Since a lot of what we'll be charging is USB, we'll mount this hub here as a power supply, and then run all the light charging wires through another cable concealer in the center. To store and charge our bike lights, we'll use these metal baskets. For the wireless shifter batteries on the Sinker Carbon, we'll mount the Archer charger to the right for quick access. With the camera gear organization finished, we can fix this rat's nest of wires behind the toolbox.
Hey! No. You don't bite that.
This power strip is so large that it actually needs to be mounted on a diagonal. But we need those outlets for all the camera, drone, drill, and AA chargers that power our gear. Another thing we had in the old gear area was the shoe rack we built back at Berm Creek from 10-inch PVC pipe. I'm breaking that down into 2 racks, one for shoes and one for pup gear. And finally, we'll add a little fun to our gear station with an obligatory RGB accent light. And now we can stare at it. Maybe you don't get as excited about organization as I do, but this has been a long time coming. Gear storage, helmet storage, light charging, bike parking, and all of it is up off the floor. I think we achieved what we set out to accomplish with this mountain bike gear station. And now the old gear area is available, so subscribe to our other channel, Berm Peak Express, to find out what we build there. And after that, it'll be a long time before we need to build anything for the shop. This space is finished. For now. Next week I'll be traveling. But when I return, we'll be continuing our work on Roto-Rooter, hopefully with drier weather. Until then, thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.